I loved watching you guys in this movie.
Thank you.
I'm such a fan of the franchise, so I can't, seeing you team up with the originals, like I teared up when it happened.
Yeah.
So did you guys feel that? Did you feel the emotions?
100%. We're huge nerds and fans of Jurassic Park. We both saw it when we were kids. It was a huge part of our lives as well. And so yeah, to be on screen with them it's what you may imagine. It was pretty cool.
I remember there was one day on set, I won't say what it is, but there's a moment between Laura Dern's character and Sam Neill's character, and Chris and I were watching, and we were like, oh my god, it's happening. Like, it was just very...
Should we blow this take so they have to do it again?
It was pretty
brilliant.
amazing.
And I love Claire's journey through these movies. The arc of going from she can barely hug her nephews to she's a mom on a mission is amazing. And how is this developing her over all these years? What was that like for you?
Well, first of all, I'm going to totally use that, like barely hugging her nephews to becoming a parent. And I think that's part of the joy of playing a character over a stretch of time, is that you yourself are going through life as well. And so you're like, oh yeah, people do grow and evolve and change over time. And as was the case with Claire, when you first meet her, you're like, oh my gosh, this lady's going to get eaten by a dinosaur because, she shouldn't be allowed to survive. and then by the end here, she's a total mama bear, and she's fierce and protective and selfless. And so that's kind of, that is definitely the arc, and it feels pretty complete for that reason.
100%. And speaking of complete, this movie does feel like an ending, but I have a hard time believing they're never going to make a Jurassic movie again.
Right.
And do you guys see yourselves as, the next generation of Sam, Laura, and Jeff, 20 years from now? Would you be the next legacy? Would you want to come back?
I mean, I guess it would probably, possibly, you don't leave it open to that possibility. You look at, there aren't a ton of comps for this kind of a thing. I think maybe Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame is a similar comp, because you've got, whatever that was, 10 years, 20-something films, all of these characters each had their own stories, their own trilogies coming together, and you're like, this is wild, you're seeing these worlds collide. It feels the same way. You've got the Jurassic Park trilogy, you got the Jurassic World trilogy, and it's this big epic conclusion. Now, at the end of Avengers, people, there have then since, they've continued to make these Marvel films, but that does feel like a phase that is over. It's rolled over into a new phase, and of course, Marvel continues to do great things. I feel like it makes sense that Jurassic would continue to tell great stories, but I think, Iron Man's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And I guess I would be Hulk. Maybe.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me. I just want to finish by saying, Bryce, we want your Star Wars trilogy to direct it, please. Everyone in the world wants it. But Jurassic's amazing, and thank you guys so much. Thank you.